Good morning, folks. I hope you're keeping well. Beautiful morning. I'm out in my local woods again. I was going to go further afield, but why bother? It's so beautiful out here. I think it's just before 6 AM. The sun's coming up, sky's clear, birds are singing, spring in my step. I'm going to have a little chat about Hexamine, and I've got a couple of slingshots in my backpack, so I'm going to get some practice in. I've so missed it. I'm going to be well out of alignment, I'm sure, but I'm going to give it a go again today. As usual, bought my camera, grab a shot or two if the light doesn't get too bright in a while. I'm going to make my way up there now, and as soon as I find my pitch, I'll set up and bring you back for a chat about Hexamine. Oh boy. Cobweb catcher. Nobody's been through here overnight. So every couple of steps I'll find another cobweb. You're welcome, everybody. Okay, let's show you what we've got. I've got my 10-metre measuring rope, string, target cam, target, and rather than a catch net, because I know I'm going to be in or around that area, I've just lashed a few twigs to that trunk, so that'll protect the tree. Should be able to collect most of my ammo, if not all of it. So what I'm going to do, set you up here somewhere, go and get target cam running, and then fire off a few shots. Okay, this is my first shot in 4 or 5 months. Okay, 10 metres. 8 mil ammo, Wasp Wolf. Well, that felt alright. It's like bottom right. It's funny being right eye dominant and right handed, drawing to my right side. I don't have the strength in my left arm, so it feels very odd. Very interesting. Despite how long it's been, it doesn't actually feel that unfamiliar. Stance, tied on, grip, firm. It's funny how they go into that right hand side, so I need to adjust my sighting to compensate. So I'm going to move my sight more out to the tip of the fork rather than the edge of the band. That wood's working okay. Just tying up, lashing up some twigs and sticks. That felt better. I saw that fly. It's funny that is as well. Sometimes you get to see where it actually travels. Saw that one as well. Let's go and have a quick look. Like that. That was dead centre but high. So I need to lower. Now I need to raise. I need to raise my pouch up at my draw in order to lower the shot at the target. Yeah, that was left of centre. Very interesting. Yeah. Much better. Guess it takes a few shots to warm up anyway, but after 4 or 5 months off, just to hit the target's an achievement for me. Much better. Making holes in targets now. See if I've got 10 shots left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Let's swap these targets out. Fresh target there. It's kind of interesting. We'll see in a bit when we get to target cam. So that's me warmed up. Let's see what we can do with 8 competition shots. So this is for holiday in the Bahamas, new Aston Martin. Shot 1. Shot 2. Shot 3. Oh, shot 4. Oh, shot 4. I'm going to pack all my junk up and have a chat about Hexamine. Did you know? We'll be back in a minute. Oh, shot. Nice. Sorry, buddy. Hexamine. When I was a young boy, I don't know, 8, 10 years old, something like that. Maybe a bit older, 11. Yeah. I used to play with Hexamine cubes. It wasn't like the only thing that I played with. I had other toys, but I had a Mamod steam engine, as many kids did of my age in my era. And it was just a little tiny 4-wheeled steam tractor that you filled with water, and there's a little furnace. You used a Hexamine cube, lit it, the water pressure built up, and it powered a little tiny brass piston on the side. Wheels went round, you steered your little steam tractor up and down your back garden. Great fun. Miniature bombs. Played with that for a while, and eventually, I don't know, found cricket or something. Steam engine got resigned to the back of the shed, and that was it with me and Hexamine for a while, until a few years later when I joined the Army Cadets, and we'd go out into the trees for a day or 2 days. We'd have a night out or a day out, go for a long hike, and Hexamine came back to me. Only this time it was the fuel that they gave us to fire a stove in order to boil water to make a cup of tea when we went out for these day hikes. And that was it for me and Hexamine. I've not touched it again since. And about a year ago, I was in a local outdoor store. I saw the exact same style of stove that we used to use in the Army Cadet. I brought that with me today. I don't think it's Hexamine. It might be Hexamine today. I'm not sure. It says on the packet, green fuel, you know, it's great. You can eat it with your chips. It's fine, but it doesn't actually say that, but it does say it's green fuel. Hexamine isn't. Because I'd never looked at it, I've never looked at what Hexamine was, I thought I'd have a quick look. And as shocked as I was to find out the results, it was enough for me to think, you know what, I'm going to share this with people just so that anybody who doesn't know what Hexamine is can realise, and then you can make your own slightly more informed decision about whether or not you bother with this very convenient tiny little fuel source you can just tuck in your backpack Brought it out with me today because I'm going to use it, but I'm only going to use it today. After that, that's going to go with the Mamod steam engine in the back of a shed somewhere. I'm not going to get into too much detail, just the key facts. If, as a young boy, someone came to my mum and said, I have got these little white bricks here, they are the byproduct of mixing formaldehyde with ammonia. Give them to your son to play with. He can set fire to them and power his steam engine with them. I'm pretty sure, I don't think I'd have been handed them. Now, I don't know much about formaldehyde or ammonia other than they stink. And this stuff tends not to stink in its block form, which, by the way, can have an infinite shelf life apparently. But that's not the scary bit. The scary bit is what happens to it when you set fire to it. It can give off several really serious vapours. One of them is toxic formaldehyde, and you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. It's not good. It's not good. Don't do it, people. I think it's nitrogen oxide, which is another compound I don't think is particularly pleasant towards the human innards. Another is ammonia as a vapour, and there's also hydrogen cyanide. What a cocktail, all from a tiny little white brick that's convenient to tuck in your backpack to take out and cook up a meal or boil yourself some water. In this cube form, in its basic form, it's okay. It's not a particular huge danger. You don't want to crush it up and sprinkle it on your cornflakes, but in its basic, obviously it's still sold, so in its basic form it's relatively safe. Relatively. But this is a cocktail of stuff you really don't want to be playing around with, I don't think. Obviously we're all free to do whatever we wish, and it is convenient, no doubt. Crikey. Hydrogen cyanide, nitrogen oxide, ammonia, formaldehyde, toxic formaldehyde. Nah, it's not good, it's not big, it's not clever. So that's hexamine, but it's not the end of the story with it. It's a precursor for the production of RDX, the most powerful and potent explosive used heavily in World War II and possibly still used to this day. It has more explosive power than TNT RDX. So yeah, look into it, folks. If you do use it regularly, you might want to think about changing your fuel source. Green and clean solid fuel tab. Yeah, till you light it. Hexamine. Don't. That would be my advice, having just used it. Coffee's just filtering. The light is spectacular. Got my camera, I'm going to break it out in a bit, possibly. And that just about wraps me up. I'm going to tuck into this coffee, chill out for 20 minutes. It's a beautiful day. It's going to stay dry. It's not going to stay so bright. Flies have all buzzed off because they've got a smell of formaldehyde, ammonia, nitrogen oxide and some form of cyanide in the air. So that's great. And yeah, Esbit that. Brilliant, you know, when the sun just tucks in. It just goes from being really, really bright and it just gets subtle, dips behind a cloud. And then you get that, I call it backlight. It's the ambient light, the stuff that the sun sits on top of. And it's so delicate, so subtle. It can make for some really nice shots. It's gone cold already. Leaves a residue. Convenient little concept. It's a shame about fuels. See how it's kind of started to disintegrate in the packet. and the old tabs didn't do that. And online even it says how hexamine, if stored correctly, can have an infinite shelf life, which is handy if you're making RDX explosives. Don't want to have any waste, do we? So if you see second-hand BCB Esbit style hexamine stove with 2 fuel tabs and 1 empty packet on eBay, you know it's come from me. I think if I was to suggest to anybody who wants to try just nipping out in the trees for a quick cuppa sometime, if you've never done it before, if you've never just packed a little backpack, got some water and a coffee, basic coffee setup, it's my filters. The fuel source I like the best, or the most convenient, is gas, because you can get some lovely little nozzles, gas nozzles, that you just screw into the top of the cans, and they're relatively inexpensive. You can get a nozzle for or a burner for, I think, probably 12 or 13 pounds. Mine's been very reliable. It's only a Columbian brand. It's nothing special at all, but does the job, burns hot, and yeah, portable. The only inconvenience about it is the size of the gas can, although today most of them will fit inside a coffee mug, which will fit inside your cooking pot. So you can organise yourself to make gas canisters practical to carry around. If you're a bit more adventurous and you, as I say, just going out for a quick cuppa, then I prefer Trangias. They're a little bit more controllable, it's not so fierce, and you have to carry fuel. So I have a Trangia bottle which contains bioethanol, and I think they do a 300ml bottle, and I think mine's a litre. You don't need the big bottle, you really don't. Not if it's just casual stuff. If you're going away for days, then yeah, but any normal mortal, even if you're cooking for a family, you can get away with the 300ml of fuel quite easily for a day or even 2. So I'd certainly say get a Trangia fuel bottle, but just a small one is sufficient. And then ultimately, if you're in the right sort of place and if you're confident about your skills, there's plenty of natural materials here on the floor. You can easily pick up a little steel twig stove. They're about 20 quid. Infinite fuel right here on the floor. You don't need to be breathing in. I can feel myself getting a sore throat just having been around it for a short while, but you don't need to be breathing that junk in. So yeah, just check it out, folks. It's just a cautionary word, really. I was shocked. I didn't realise it was a byproduct of formaldehyde and ammonia. What a thing. Columbian 3 grit, Tesco's brand, single origin. Oh. Oh, I needed that. Yeah, I did, mate, honestly. Cheers. I was expecting a plunk. It's not funny, buddy. Yeah, mate. You can't beat this. No, mate. You really can't beat this. Coming up, I need to get on my bike. There's a wood I've not visited for almost a year, and it's a site. Sorry, coffee burps. It's a site of special scientific interest. And it's a beautiful oak wood with, it's open like this beach floor is, but it's on a rolling hill and I've never explored the base of it. But to get there, I need to cycle. I can't get there by car. It's just there's no easy access. It's several miles in every direction. Whatever. All right. God. Noisy sod. I think I was on his turf, don't you? He was telling me off. Miserable God, the light. Miserable git. Yeah. Whatever. So that's the slingshot done for today. I didn't win an Aston Martin. I didn't win a holiday in the Bahamas. But hey, it was fun. Coffee's delicious. I'm pleased I gave it a 7 because I think that's appropriate. It's very delicate, very subtle. I'm not going to be running around these trees in a minute in figures of 8, so that's good. But we've got some good stuff coming. I think it's, I can't remember, Guatemalan perhaps. And then I've got some volcanic magma coffee. That should be interesting. Blow the roof of your mouth off. We'll see. That's coming this week, hopefully. Okay. Old Faithful's ready. I want to go grab that light on these low beech leaves. And then I can call this one done. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the slingshot. Hope you enjoyed the little warning about hexamine, formaldehyde, cyanide combo. You don't want it in your coffee. And yeah, if I get any decent shots, I'll pop them up now. Spare you the composition this week because this video is probably going to be long enough by now with the slingshot involved, and catch you on the next one. So till then folks, thank you for watching. Please take care of one another, and as ever, if you can't be good, just be careful. See you soon. Bye. It's not funny, buddy.